So he takes me back there, and I'm going, oh my gosh. I says, does it get any better than this? And Dan says, I'm telling you, this is as good as it's ever going to get. All the way back to back to Asheville, I'm going.
For the last month.
I says, Melanie, I said, we gotta get those pipes. We have to find where those pipes come from. I thought California.
No, sir.
Needless to say,
Right in your backyard.
North Carolina, right in my backyard. Praise God that I've even prayed about these pipes, and I'm not joking around about that. She knows I'm a praying man. Not like I used to be, but I'm a praying man now. And I said, Lord, I said, please, I really am excited about this. Is it okay for me to do this in my old age, these pipes and everything?
Hey, what's up, y'all? Dumptruck and Jamie Hacking here for another install video. And like all the other ones, we like to talk about what we're doing first. And if you pay attention to what's happening here at Sawicki Speed, you may think that you have seen this exact exhaust system before. And that's because you have, right?
Yes, you've seen this. Obviously, we always like to come back here and talk about the great new products that I'm hard at work at developing over here. So you guys...
He actually does things.
I actually do some things every now and then. So I am created a new product, which is not a new product. It's an old product that you guys will have seen on our M8 Softail motors. Now, you guys with your Twin Cam B motors, guess what? I have a new pipe for you guys. For your heritages and all that other good stuff, right? Comes with a new bracket. Mounts to the lower part of the frame on that bad boy. Remember the pipe spring puller that everybody needs to see that we offer? It comes with all the stainless springs, the dogbone hardware, the O2 reducers, and all your bolts and your gaskets supplied with this. Again, same exhaust that we've been running on M8 that's been doing performance-wise very well, as you guys will see in an upcoming video of that. You know, standard 3/4 top step, 2-inch primary pipes, 3 or 4 brushed stainless, all back purged welds, right?
What's that going to do for you, back purge?
So back purging, so on the inside of this, let's just say we talk about our collector. So when we weld the merge collector in here, and when those guys back pressure this with gases, the inside welds of that are just as smooth on the inside as it is on the outside.
Okay, so that's going to reduce the oxidation opportunities?
Well, no, you just don't have the weld slag that some of the guys will weld, and the weld slag, when they penetrate this right here, the weld slag goes inside the pipes, and then you have disturbance of airflow.
Right.
So we back purge everything that we make, and makes it for a nice smooth inside finish, right? And then
this is dark piece right here.
Ooh, look at that. That's
nice.
Some of our, as you guys have been seeing over a while, our nice carbon fiber heat shields that fit around the back part here for your boot on the heel, and then the front one goes on the front for your toe part up by the brake lever. And that's it, guys.
Well, I guess we should go do what we always do. Get rid of me and watch you put a pipe on.
Yeah, that's the easy part. That's the guys that have a hard time putting these on, this is why I'm doing this, and make it understand that it's not that hard. I'm going to fix it. All right, first things first, after we unbox this, make sure all your hard parts are here. Check everything's good. You will need to get your O2 reducers and install them into both the front and rear primary pipes. Keep in mind these do not have any gaskets on them. A little bit of anti-seize on there will go a long way of stopping this from guarding up. So with no gaskets on there, you just want to get these things nice and snug down. You don't want any air links around here. So the surface on these are pretty mated flat. Just snug them up a little bit. You're good to go. And the next thing you're going to do is take your old collars that came off of your OE system. You're going to take those off and reuse those along with the little spring retainer clip. And this is these pliers work really well. I've found that I've got these at Harbor Freight. You're able to pull these out very easily and slide this spring obviously as we do that. Makes it easy peasy as I stumble. Voila, makes that easy. Then next thing I see is make sure that spring retainer clip is down inside that. Some guys will have it, it'll be hanging out. This one's actually recessed really nice, but sometimes it'll get hung out because these springs get overexpanded and the spring will be hanging out, and then next thing you know, you're tightening that collar down improperly. So make sure that's installed right. Should be nice and seated like that. Now we'll go ahead and start to install our front pipe. You can go ahead, this O2 sensor's pretty accessible on this bike, so you don't have to install that before you put the pipe on. And this bike has really nice floorboard spacing that you don't have to remove the floorboards. Obviously, you're gonna need an exhaust gasket. Make sure you remove the OE tapered gasket. That tapered gasket has to be pulled out of that exhaust port. I've seen guys leave that in there. They think this is a better gasket than what we supply. This has to be removed to install our flat gaskets. Reuse your factory flange bolts and be careful. Sometimes I like to put a little WD or P blaster on those. If you've got obviously an older twin cam motorbike, it's got some miles on it, right? Sometimes you'll end up pulling that out of there, the bolts off, and the studs will come with them. If you put a little bit of help on there, that will eliminate those studs coming out with it. Alright, I got these, as you saw, this finger tight on these. We still want a lot of movement in these pipes at this point. And then again, I've already installed the rear O2 sensor reducer and the flange and the retaining clip. With our rear gasket installed, again, I'm going to emphasize here when I get to the point of showing how loose these collar flanges need to be. So you see how loose my primary pipes are. Still pretty loose. They need to be loose like that. Now we can go on to installing the bracket onto the frame in this location, just like so. I'm going to put a little bit of drop of red Loctite on these bolts for safe measures. And again, when you put your bracket on, make sure it's loose. Everything needs to be loose on these exhausts until the final end, because you might need to slide this back and forth after we get the muffler collector area on here. As you see how easy that slid up on there. You have to keep these two pipes loose for that to be able to slide together and make your life so much easier. Alright, now we're going to install the stainless pipe springs with your pipe spring puller. Made that job so much easier. Now, supply dog bone and your hardware. Slide that dog bone behind that bracket. Make sure your rotation of your collector and your bracket are where they should be to here. And these are serrated nuts, so you don't need any Loctite on these. Again, I left this bracket loose so I can make sure I have plenty of adjustment there. At this point, this is where we need to go ahead and tighten down our primaries. So we'll finish tightening those down evenly, and then we'll come back and we'll tighten the mounting bracket to the bike, and then we'll last tighten the muffler. All right, now we're gonna go back to our primary flange bolts and tighten these up. Remember, we left them nice and snug, and we want to evenly tighten these. Right, evenly. Not much, just a little bit at a time. Now we can come down here and tighten our bracket. Now last, we can come up here and tighten our muffler saddle bracket to the bike. And there you have it, guys. She's all done. Remember, please wipe these down really good after you're done with a denatured alcohol or a brake clean. Just make sure you wipe the stainless down real good before you fire this up and get any stains on the exhaust. We're going to deliver a motorcycle back to a good customer of ours that loaned us his bike for the last month and a half for R&D purposes. Andy is a relative, not a relative, he's a resident of Asheville, North Carolina. And Andy has some really good background to him. He's been fighting cancer for 8 years. And he sounds like he's a Sawicki family member for life now.
Great. I mean, this is literally like, you have no idea like just what being involved with you has done for us.
Well,
like, and that's not just because.
Well, I'm saying the same thing.
Like, just the effect you've had on our shop, being able to do. I mean, we really needed to develop a B motor Softail exhaust pipe. We really did. We didn't know it was going to be.
I'm glad I was the guy.
Didn't it was?
I can't believe it.
It's not always a joyous process. Sometimes it's just work.
That guy mad up in Binghamton, the Harley guy, he says, no, he says, I'm sorry. He says, I'm sorry, they don't make them for your bike.
Watch this.
Yeah, watch this.
Hold my beer.
Watch this, yeah. Oh, they're beautiful.